I'm always looking for ways to show my cat how much I love her. And with Fancy Feast gems, I can pamper her whenever I want with a savory gravy on top of a gourmet mousse pâté. The pyramid shape makes serving simple, so all I have to do is peel and plate to make mealtime feel extra fancy. And with 2 entrees in every pack, it's easy to turn every day into the extraordinary. Fancy Feast gems.
Wish you could become a morning person? You know, the type up before the sun, early morning runs, first one to the office with donuts and a smile. How do they do it? Easy. With the new Galaxy Watch 8, sleep tracking and personalized insights from Samsung Health help you improve so you can wake up to a whole new you. One who, dare I say it, skips the snooze? It's possible. Train your sleep with Galaxy Watch 8. Learn more at Samsung.com. Requires compatible Samsung Galaxy phone, Samsung Health app, and Samsung account.
For a limited time at McDonald's, get a Big Mac extra value meal for $8. That means 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun, and medium fries, and a drink. We may need to change that jingle.
Prices and participation may vary.
This podcast is supported by FX's English Teacher. Last year's critically acclaimed series returns to follow Evan, Gwen, and Marky as they vie for their students' divided attention. See why Cosmopolitan called its premiere season a masterclass of comedy, while Glamour raved it's the year's funniest and most heartwarming new comedy series. FX's English Teacher. All new Thursdays on FX. All episodes now streaming on Hulu.
This episode is brought to you by Nespresso and Samra Origins by The Weekend Coffee Collection.
Introducing Samra Origins. My collaboration with Nespresso is a connection to my roots, to my mother, Samra. Coffee that hits the right notes. It transports you. Crafted with unique notes and bold soaring flavors. Experience a taste that moves you. Nespresso and Samra Origins.
Discover more at Nespresso.com.
Would it be?
The food is probably going to be the top priority. Probably just some gambling just to keep me busy. I think I'm going to go to the Cosmopolitan.
Yeah, the buffet at the Aria, the breakfast buffet at the Aria might get me, but I don't know that I can be anywhere where there's a casino. Is there like a monastery in Vegas? I don't think I could do it. I think I'd last a total of 24 days if I had to live inside. It is just insufferable. This is Pack Your Knives. I'm Kevin Arnovitz.
And I'm Tom Haberstroh.
Tom, we're kind of getting down to it. I mean, this is where this is crunch time. This is 6 chefs. This is you can fit them around a table. This is you can't screw up. This is you can't outrun the bear much any longer, or you can't run out the other guy. The bear is going to catch you. So we start in bed. Where all great meals start.
Yeah, Kevin, I just want to right off the bat here. Are they all sleeping in the same room? Did you notice that in this episode?
This is a note I have. What are they doing to these people? Why are there 6 rooms? Why does this look like the scene when Vincent D'Onofrio is going to get like hazed in Full Metal Jacket, and they're all sitting there and like why are they crowded together like that? It's a large house.
What happened?
I want to find this out because
I was disturbing. I can't think about. I can't. They're in a hospital. This I cannot stand for is 6 grown adults sleeping on cots in the same room. It sounds like hell. And, you know, we've gone through the gamut on sleep science and sleep studying and all that stuff for our jobs. And I have a hard enough time sleeping with someone else in the same room, much less 5 strangers, not 5 strangers, but 5 of my friends. I don't want to do any of that.
Well, to say nothing, if I want the room to be 65 degrees, and if any of them have a problem with it, I'm out like right off the bat. So there's that. Yeah, it seems like clear violation of 8th Amendment, cruel and unusual punishment. It gave me the willies. It was further evidence I could never be on one of these shows because that in and of itself would render me insane, and I just would act out. And I don't know.
Do you think the lease ran out on their house that they were at, and they had to switch venues?
I don't know. I mean, it's like, is there a flooding in another room? Is it like they just want to kind of create the conditions for conflict, and this is one way to do it? It looked gross. It just like all those people, You're breathing their air at night. I don't know. I'm with you. Like it's amazing that I'm able to get up in the morning next to someone. And the idea of having to do it with 5 strangers is like, also I have snoring issues. Like I wouldn't want anyone to have to be in a room with me.
As a matter of
I'm
courtesy.
Tossing and turning. I wake up. I'm a bad sleeper. I know you're not supposed to be a bad sleeper. I know our friend Dr. Chris Winter, who has advised the Pittsburgh Pirates and Oklahoma City Thunder and San Francisco 49ers, says there's no such thing as a bad sleeper. So if he's listening, he would be disappointed in me, but I am a bad sleeper.
Well, you know what? That could actually be a strategy. If you're loud, but you're sleeping soundly, then you know what? No one else is getting any damn Z's.
No, I'm loud and not sleeping soundly. This is a cross I have to bear. So, the other thing, it was breakfast in bed.
Yes.
Is something I also have a problem with. I don't like food in my bedroom. I have a lot of rules. I realize that, and I've come to just appreciate that I'm a guy with a lot of rules. I got kind of a Larry David, like, sort of complex here, but I don't want food in my bedroom. I never want food I will never accept breakfast in bed. If I'm doing room service, I'm getting over toward the table or whatever. Don't food in bed. No.
Yeah. Is it the crumbs? Is it like a smeared ketchup? Like, what is it that just rankles you, the idea of breakfast in bed?
I just need my bed to be like a Downy commercial. You know, just like the beautiful flowing whites, the faint smell of citrus and bleach. Like, there's just something, I don't want any sensory shit like getting into my bedroom space.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, like when you said what you just said, like the idea that there would be a condiment on the sheets or a crumb just kind of gives me the willies.
It just made you recoil, didn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it did. The minute you said it, it was like, ugh.
So
breakfast, of maple syrup, like whatever it is. No.
What I don't mind is having 2 double beds or 2 queens in my hotel room, and I'll reserve one as my table. Like, I kind of like the idea of having one bed as like, throw some clothes on it, you can eat there, like whatever. It's kind of no. I'm a little bit of that bed is for sleeping and that bed is for just a mess. And so sometimes I'll just slap, a bunch of clothes on there and lay them out so they don't get all wrinkly, and then I'll have like, just sit Indian style in bed and eat my room service.
I don't like the second bed if I'm alone, because it's the broken windows theory. Then all of a sudden that bed becomes, as you say, like a desk and a dining room table. And the next thing you know, it's a bed with it enables bad habits.
Oh.
I mean, I'm just fussy. I mean, I'm no fun to live with. Seriously. Eric's a saint for doing it. But yeah, I don't like that second bed.
Do you like breakfast? Like, do you like breakfast food or room service? Like, are you a fan of that? Or are you a fan of you got to get out of your room and get the day started?
I kind of like, one of the things I like about those Kimpton hotels is I do like to kind of go downstairs and get my coffee. Don't get me wrong. Like, I like to have the pod in the room, but I do like to sort of, kind of get going. The other thing is in the last year, Tom, since February, I've been intermittent fasting. So I don't really start eating until about noon every day, which is cut out something I do love, which is breakfast. So my body can stay in ketosis for 16 hours, and it's working, by the way. Intermittent fasting works, Tom. Works like a charm. So I have sort of divested myself of breakfast.
So this episode just totally is antithetical to everything you believe in. Breakfast in bed. First of all, the food being in bed just it antagonizes everything in every bone in your body. Then the concept of breakfast. While you love it, you're not subscribing to that breakfast anymore.
Well, no, I just need to start eating dinner at 4, and then I could just have breakfast at 8. That's really what I have to do. Is just sort of eat dinner like a 91-year-old person who lives in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, and just kind of have dinner at 5:30, up at the table at 6:15. Now I can have breakfast at 10:15. It's fantastic.
Wait, breakfast at 10:15 p.m.
No, a.m.
Oh, okay.
AM.
I was like,
you got 16 hours. So if you finish dinner at 8:30, you can't eat till 12:30 the next afternoon.
Oh, okay.
16 hours.
There's a 16-hour rule. Okay.
16-hour rule, and I'm telling you, it works. I've lost much weight in quarantine.
Okay.
It is.
Didn't Oprah have a diet like that? Like, don't eat after 8 o'clock or something like that?
Yeah, she's a big don't eat late person, which I think is a generally good rule. whether it's in conjunction with the sort of the ketosis thing or not. But yeah, like I just think like those post game meals we all have when we're working a series or doing the games. Like, I mean, there's a reason people in the press room look like people in the press room, and it's just like, it's bad for you, just bad for you.
So quickfire is breakfast in bed, obviously. And what did you think about that quickfire challenge? It seemed like pretty fitting for Vegas.
Yeah, no, I think it's a good challenge. I mean, breakfast. I mean, really, what it is breakfast. I mean, is there any? Or here's the question: is there any variable introduced in the decision making of these chefs? Like, well, that would be a good breakfast, but not a good breakfast in bed.
Yes.
So, like, not to make a mess. What did you see there?
No, it's the temperature. It's something that it would be able to stay for that trek up to the room service. You put it in a platter, put the top on it, and if it's something that needs to be steaming hot, and I'm surprised Kevin was able to pull this off, because what Robin said was that you had to go up 2 elevators, walk across here, go across that jetway, all this, and then that, and then this, and then finally you arrive at the destination, and everything might have just gone cold. So I think the idea of breakfast, yes, fundamentally it's a breakfast challenge, but also I worried for those who had something that was piping hot or supposed to be eaten piping hot because of that travel. Now, apparently, maybe they had some, heat lamps or something to keep that warm, because it didn't seem to be a problem for Kevin. But yeah, I think that was, for me, the big issue is, having to put that I don't know what you call it, the little top, the little
little silver thing. I don't know what it's called either.
Yeah, a little top, and make sure that your dish doesn't just go stale or rotten.
By the way, Nigella Lawson, very fun. Very, very fun. By the way, true story, at the time, was married to Charles Saatchi.
Really?
Who, obviously founder of Saatchi & Saatchi, nice Sephardic Jew. They have one of the best art collections, contemporary art collections in the world. So she was married to Saatchi for 10 years, right, from 03 to 13. Did not know this. She was charming, I have to say. They need to bring more Brits back on the show. It's been a while. But between her and Toby Young, whose mind thinks like a New York Post like headline writer, yes. And I love that. I loved her. I'm really, let's put it this way. I think they do good job on the guests now. I don't think they've done a great job. They've done a great job with the guests in perpetuity. Like, they've always done great with the guest judges. From the Bourdain days, may rest in peace, Toby Young. I mean, Gail's obviously a fixture, but
not anymore, Kevin. Have you noticed? Gail has been absent except for last episode. She was gone for a while, and was she on this episode?
No, but my point is like over the course of the entire show.
Yes.
Like the entire series, right? 17 years.
Yes.
So they've always done a great job, and this is just yet another example of just somebody I absolutely loved in that capacity.
You know what's funny, Kevin? A lot of people, when they hear that I'm a big Top Chef fan, they always mention the Great British Baking Show.
Me too, and I've never seen this. I'm not a baker. Not a baker.
But I guess the show, if there's a Venn diagram or an algorithm of Top Chef fans, apparently this is like the thing, the gateway from Top Chef into the Great British Bake Off. I think actually Brian Windhorst.
I was about to say, who was the last person to tell me about this is Brian Windhorst.
Yeah, and so I think if you're really tickled by British judges or just the British food show, maybe that's something we need to think about is just dabbling in the Great British Bake Off. Maybe she's on that show. Maybe Toby is on that show too. I don't know. I've never watched a second of that show, but I'm with you. I loved her on this episode. I thought she had some terminology that I actually never heard of before, but she was great at describing very succinctly these dishes, and I actually liked when she was just like afraid to eat something, and she was right. She was spot on a lot of these intuitions. And so I thought she was delightful. So Eli comes up with Robin first, and Robin delivers what's called a blintz. Never heard of it before. What's a blintz?
Oh, blintz. So a blintz is basically
Is it an omelet?
No, it's a crepe. It's like a rolled crepe, and inside. So all right. So there are two kinds of blintzes. There are savory blintzes and sweet blintzes. So in my household growing up, the first night of Rosh Hashanah, my mom cooked for like 50 family members, and like always made meat blintzes. So imagine like a crepe kind of rolled up. So it almost looks like a mini burrito. So in terms of like it looks like a roti or a mini burrito. It's kind of smaller. And then there's like sort of ground beef with onion and just that was sort of a meat blintz. And that was my mom's signature meal first night of Rosh Hashanah for like fucking 40 years. Okay.
Okay.
Now, most blintzes you find on at a Sunday brunch, they have kind of sweet sour cream filling with like fruit. Okay. And that was very much in the spirit of what Robin was doing. Now, Robin's blintz looks a little different than my mom's blintz, but it's sort of a sour cream fruit filled rolled crepe, if you will. So that's what she did. And she didn't do it well, which is no surprise.
Yeah. I didn't hear. Do you like blintzes?
Yeah. I mean, what's not to like? What's not to like?
I don't know, but the sour cream filling doesn't really jump off the page for me.
Yeah, but sour cream has a different place in the Jewish culinary tradition.
Okay.
Like you'd use it just for like on fucking nachos.
Yeah.
We use it on everything, like cured fish and with fruit and latkes. Like sour cream is the sour cream of Jewish culinary tradition. Like it's just it's a major piece of connective tissue for Jewish cooking.
Well, they didn't
in the dairy variety. Yeah.
They would have much rather have your mother's blitz because this didn't do very well for them. The Reuben that Eli, I would eat that in a hot. I mean, I love that stuff, man.
Reuben Benedict. Who doesn't want a Reuben Benedict?
Oh, it was just great, and it you know what, Eli, this was Eli's quick fire, right? Like just the whole concept. I'm going to be, almost hangover food. It was brilliant, and then Michael Volter.
Yep. Can we talk for a second about another food confessions, which I feel like this entire season has just been my food confessions. I love Thousand Island Hollandaise as a concept because, Tom, I love processed Thousand Island dressing. You know what I like to do sometimes? Whenever, if we're road tripping or it's very rare that I find myself in these spots just because, I live in Los Angeles now and, I usually go to big cities for travel. I'm not kind of in places where there's like the salad bar. Like when I was growing up, like the salad bar at Shoney's. I don't know if you guys had that.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
All right. So when I go like a pizza parlor where it's like, oh, and you get the free salad bar situation. I love Thousand Island dressing. And there are times where if I'm ever in a situation where it's just like very basic salad bar, I'm going to top my iceberg lettuce and those little kind of mass like cherry tomatoes and those carrot shavings, like the very basic of the basic side salad bars. And I'm going to put about 3 gallons of Thousand Island
soup with some leaflets.
Right.
Of
because
lettuce.
At the end of the day, whenever possible, I want my salad to taste like a burger.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. You know what? Thousand Island dressing. Also, is it synonymous with Russian dressing?
It basically is. I feel like Russian dressing is a little thinner and goopier is Thousand Island dressing, and it's got the little pickle thing going on there. The little texture pickle thing.
In high school senior year, we would sneak off of campus. And I don't know if my mom's listening to this, but I doubt she is. But sorry, Mom. We used to sneak off campus and go to the deli. And we would smoke a joint before going to the deli. And we would eat a Philly cheese. We would order from the Khaleesi's Deli a Philly cheesesteak with Russian dressing. And it was unfucking believably good. I loved it. It was like every Friday. It was just something to look forward to. And I guess this is second semester senior year, so I didn't really care about high school at that point anymore. And it was amazing. And the Thousand Island Russian dressing aspect of it just made it 100 times better. It when I would get Philly cheesesteak later on, I would always ask, do you have any Russian dressing here by chance? So I'm with you on the Russian dressing, Thousand Island. My thing is, though, like if you get an iceberg wedge and you order a wedge, are you going for the blue cheese or are you going with the Thousand Island?
I mean, I'm pretty much Thousand Island.
Okay, you're Team Thousand Island.
I mean, I love blue cheese dressing and I love blue cheese in general. What I'd like is blue cheese crumble with Thousand Island dressing. that's how you service both needs. Yeah, so this was good. I mean, Kevin does his steak and eggs. What's not to like? Aged cheddar and green onion with a very soft scrambled egg. By the way, in keeping with food confessions, I want my scrambled eggs as wet and sloppy and soupy as possible. There's nothing worse than a hard scrambled egg.
Yeah. And like every time, the thing about scrambled eggs is like, you always have to take it off about a minute or two earlier than you think because it kind of congeals after, like you have to either keeps cooking. So anytime that Allison's making scrambled eggs or anyone's making scrambled eggs, I'm in the room, I always just be like, oh, that looks good. And they're like, it hasn't even solidified yet. And I'm like, just wait. If you 30 seconds later, it's going to be overdone and I don't want any part of that. So I'm with you. I want a little bit of that, almost like a soup underneath when I see it.
It almost tastes like, it looks like, it kind of feels like cheesy eggs, even though it isn't. That's
yeah. And we already talked about how you're 3 parts yolk and 1 part white on these things. And makes it 100 times better. So I'm with the whole egg thing. Kevin did the steak and eggs. Michael Voltaggio did huevos cubano. And you know,
Jen shitting on a shingle. SOS beef.
All right. She walks into that, or does she know that Nigella is the host or the judge before she walks in there? Do they know that?
I don't think so.
Okay, because when she walks in there, I'm kind of like, don't do the shit on a shingle thing. Don't. Just say your dish. And maybe, they won't put 2 and 2 together. But the idea of like, here's a shit on a shingle. This is Top Chef, and maybe they laugh it off. But I didn't want to have that imagery of a feces on a piece of wood. Like that's my thing. Is like, even though it tastes really good, I just don't think you need the imagery. Am I being too much of a pansy here?
No. I mean, I hear what you're saying. The imagery is not great, clearly. But I'm just charmed with cream chopped beef because it is such like, and I love that she did it.
Yes.
Given her classical training, and it is kind of another guilty pleasure. I mean, basically, it is cream of beef. Like, what's better than cream of beef if you're, again, as hangover food goes. It is fun because I am a savory over sweet breakfast person. I just am. I always will be, though I don't eat breakfast now. Speaking of which, that's how Brian got in trouble. Brian Voltaggio does a beautiful 4-minute egg, corn polenta, asparagus and crab, great combo. Except does a vanilla beurre fondue, and the vanilla just kind of catches everybody off guard. Just is a little bit dissonant for the dish.
Is there anything more predictable than Brian Voltaggio doing a slow cooked egg or a slow roasted, doing the king crab? He does it later in the episode where he's just got a very, he knows what he's doing and doesn't get the quick fire once again. I think when Brian Voltaggio, is in the bottom of a quick fire with Robin, that has to get in his head. I mean, he's so much better than that.
Listener, listen up. This is important, okay? I'm going to try to save you some money here. If you're still overpaying for wireless, it's time to say yes to saying no. At Mint Mobile, their favorite word is no. You may think like, oh, that's bad. No contracts, no monthly bills, no overages, no hidden fees, no BS. Here's why I said yes to making the switch and getting premium wireless for $15 a month. You heard that correctly. $15 per month. Ditch overpriced wireless and the jaw-dropping monthly bills. And of course, there are all these hidden fees and stuff, but at Mint Mobile, plans start at $15 per month. All the plans come with high-speed data, unlimited talk and text. You're not doing like weekend and nighttime minutes or anything like that. And it's delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone. Don't have to get a new phone. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all of your existing contacts. I switched months ago. People have asked, did you actually switch? Yes, I actually switched months ago, and I don't know what to do with all this extra money. I've cheated the system here. I've rigged something. This is an Ocean's 11 situation where I'm stealing wireless from Mint. That's how good a deal it is. Ready to say yes to saying no? Make the switch at mintmobile.com/dings. That's DINGS. That's mintmobile.com/dings. Upfront payment of $45 required, equivalent to $15 per month. Limited time new customer offer for first 3 months only. Speeds may slow above 35 gigabytes on unlimited plan. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details.
Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Quince and their cookware. Cooler nights mean cozy meals at home, and Quince's cookware has made fall cooking so much more enjoyable. Their pieces deliver the quality and performance of luxury brands, but at a price that makes sense. And they look gorgeous on the stovetop, too. No matter what item you need to complete your kitchen, Quince has you covered. With 5-ply stainless steel pots and pans, nonstick skillets, chef-quality knives, and even ceramic bakeware, which is perfect for cozy casseroles or Sunday roasts. And when you look at these prices, you might think, how is Quince doing this? How do they deliver high-quality items similar to high-end brands that are half the price? Well, let me tell you, they partner directly with ethical top-tier factories to cut out the middlemen and pass the savings on to you. And it's not just cookware. I got myself some bath sheets. That's right. When you're a tall man, you have to use bath sheets, not bath towels from Quince. It's like drying off with a cloud. It's incredible. Upgrade your kitchen for cozy fall meals with premium cookware from Quince. Go to quince.com/dings for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/dings, DINGS, to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dings. Hello, listener. It's Producer Maze here to talk to you about Kindred. Now, close your eyes like Owen Wilson during a job interview and imagine a way to travel that feels personal, comfortable, and connected without the price tags and the sterile feelings of hotels or short-term rentals. Now, open your eyes and stop using your imagination because Kindred has made it very real. That's exactly what they do. Kindred is a members-only home swapping network. It's not a hotel. It's not a short-term rental. It's a smarter way to travel where each stay feels like home. Here's how it works. With Kindred, your home is your ticket. You earn credits by hosting fellow Kindred members, and then you use those credits to stay in over 220,000 homes in more than 100 cities worldwide. There are no hotel costs or rental fees, just the credits that you've earned. Every stay comes with white glove service, 24/7 trip support, and $100,000 in host protection. Make it easier for you to travel and enjoy yourself and not worry about details. I've used Kindred and I found an amazing home for a weekend getaway in an idyllic location with amazing views and great ambiance. It had everything I needed. And the best part was, it cost me $0. So apply now at livekindred.com and use code DINGS to join for free. Plus, you'll earn 5 nights of travel credit just for signing up. That's right, that's 5 whole nights for free at livekindred, KINDRED.com, code DINGS, DINGS, livekindred.com, code DINGS.
This episode is brought to you by 20th Century Studios' new film, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere, starring Golden Globe winner Jeremy Allen White and Academy Award nominee Jeremy Strong. Scott Cooper, the director of the Academy Award-winning movie Crazy Heart, brings you the story of the most pivotal chapter in the life of an icon, Springsteen, Deliver Me From Nowhere. Only in theaters October 24th. Get your tickets now.
The family that vacations together stays together. At least, that was the plan. Except now, the Dastardly desk clerk is saying he can't confirm your connecting rooms.
Wait, what?
That's right, ma'am. You have rooms 201 and 709.
No, we cannot be 5 floors away from our kids.
The doors have double locks. They'll be fine.
When you want connecting rooms confirmed before you arrive, it matters where you stay.
Welcome to Hilton. I see your connecting rooms are already confirmed.
Hilton, for the stay.
Yeah, I mean, I look, I think he's already priced in the fact that he's not going to fare well in quick fires, and it does not really hinder his competence, and I kind of like that about Brian. Like, he just knows it's just he's not. They do not like him for quickfire. It is not his skill set. It is not going to be any indictment on him. He's just not going to win. He will often finish on the bottom, and that's okay.
Yeah.
I think a lesser contestant would let it get inside their head. And remember, like, when Randy Johnson would come to bat early in his career, and he wouldn't even, like, kind of really. Oh no, it wasn't Randy Johnson. Who was it? I'm getting mixed up.
It might have been him, right? I kind of feel like he just put the bat on his shoulder and just stood there.
Right, but I feel like later in his career he actually enjoyed hitting. But like, just certain pitchers, they go up National League, they're just gonna not even really like.
Don't get me started.
They're gonna be embarrassed, and it's going to be, and they're just gonna go back to the dugout, come back out, and pitch their game. And that's kind of who Peltaggio is.
And you know what, Kevin? This is why pitchers shouldn't be hitters. Anyway, next.
Yeah, we can debate that some other time. I kind of intellectually agree with you, but I do like the strategy that is demanded. But I've come a long way on that issue after being a National League.
Because you're provincial, like that's all it is.
I'm not provincial. Who are you talking to?
You grew up watching a National League team, and so therefore you're only going to see things that way.
Yeah, why is it that American League fans are worldly and National League? You just grew up watching American League freaking baseball.
We can't do this now because this is going to be an hour long show.
All right,
just on that.
So anyway, so that's that. Eli wins. Good for Eli. He had the right dish at the right time for the right challenge. I liked seeing him pick up a W. Good for him.
Yes.
And then we go into kind of an asinine premise for an elimination challenge, which is be inspired by a casino hotel. Like, the only thing I'm ever inspired by a casino hotel like that is to like drive back to Los Angeles and just I don't know, go home and get inside my little Zen cave and be done with it.
I have a theory here, Kevin, is that they couldn't send Eli home because they gave him Circus.
I mean, he could have probably done more with that with less.
There wasn't even a restaurant. There wasn't a...
No, but I think, look, the shtick is these are goofy, kitschy. Like, Vegas is nothing but pure American kitsch, right? I mean, that's all it is. It is American kitsch. Like, the idea that there's a medieval themed hotel for grown-ups is hilarious, right? Like, the idea that they try to recreate the early Renaissance, is hilarious. The idea that they try to recreate Manhattan in the desert 2,500 miles to the southwest. Like, all of it. Mirage is kitsch. Mandalay Bay is kitsch. Circus is absolutely kitsch. And the idea is, hey, just kind of take an element from here and do it. Right?
And what is that element? What is going to the circus make you want to eat an amazing dish? Like, none of that. So they send him to Circus, and I get that he's complaining about it and he's da-da-da-da. But if you're going to draft, okay, let's do it. Draft the six inspiration hotels, okay? There's Easy. Mandalay Bay, Mirage, New York, Bellagio, Excalibur, and Circus. Number one pick, Kevin, go.
It could be probably Mandalay Bay, because basically you just do seafood and you're in and out, right? Like, it doesn't even matter what seafood you do. Get it? It's Mandalay Bay. It's the ocean. Seafood. And you can do whatever fucking seafood you want. Like, it is the easiest spot on the board.
Okay.
What do you got?
Number two, I would take Mandalay Bay as well. Number two, I'm taking Bellagio, because you walk into that and you see the color. You can go a billion different ways with just seeing a whole bunch of color and flowers. I feel like that as a base to your dish, you can go a billion different ways. So I would go with the Bellagio number two.
Right. I mean, I'd probably go number three with New York, because basically you can do whatever the hell you want, right? Like, New York is basically anything American. You get the Italian thing in New York. You can do Jew food if that's the way you want to go. Mm-hmm. It's New York, right? Like, you can do whatever the hell.
Rat pizza, yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah, you can do it.
New York, that's good. I will take that.
Yeah.
I would go probably Mirage number 4.
What is the Mirage? It's funny. Kevin did the Mirage, and like, okay, what was the thing?
He didn't go. They didn't do anything. You know what it was? I think what happened here is they didn't do anything interesting at the Mirage, and they just asked Kevin to talk about what his philosophy is in cooking, because that's all he talked about. He was like, I'm all about, like, I don't do any foo-foo, like, super complex things. I just keep things very simple and inspired, and like all this stuff. And I was like, all right, so what about the Mirage? Like, what is the Mirage?
I mean, it's an oasis. So basically, what do you do? I cook with camel milk and dates, right? Like, I mean, that's what it's a desert.
Yeah.
Here's an empty plate. That's
I don't know.
barrage,
maybe you do some crumble that kind of resembles sand, and then maybe a
sand,
little
exactly.
Like broth
you get a little
on the
Vantaggio.
side.
You could do one of those, like, it doesn't Brian Vantaggio do sand, like a coffee sand?
Yeah,
hasn't he done that on
dust or whatever you do? That's fine. But the question is, Kevin, do you go Excalibur or Circus Circus with your last?
I think you go Excalibur for this reason. You just get a massive freaking chicken leg or a massive hunk of meat. Now, the problem she had is it's for $175, and that's so if it were just say, hey, I'm going to do a dish for the judges, you go get some tomahawk pork chops, right? And it's just like anything that's just like, sitting there with it's medieval feast, and there's a king sitting there with his big fucking turkey leg, right? Like, that's the thing. I mean, the problem is, of course, that you have 175 people, which is what she ran into. And then I guess Circus, but let me say this about Circus. All you have to do is just have a colorful plate, and it would have sufficed, right? Like I think the judges totally buy in if it's just like these bright colors kind of, and you can do a little Jackson Pollock on the plate, right? Like just very bold, almost gratuitous color. And maybe there's a peanut like sauce with a satay or something. Like, here's what I would do.
Yeah, go with the peanut.
Go with a satay with a peanut sauce, right? And I don't know, the satay can have give it one other little circusy element.
Popcorn or maybe some crunch with popcorn.
Yeah, whatever it is. I mean, I think if he had done a satay with peanuts, he's in the clear.
Doesn't really do him any favors that he served that in a cup. So what he made was a caramel apple and peanut soup with raspberry froth or something like that. And he served it in a little cup, and it just it didn't look appetizing. Where do you even begin with the commentary? I'll save that for later, because once we get to the judges table, I have something I need to say. And then, all right, so he gets that Circus, last pick on the board for us as a hotel. I feel for him that he didn't have any much to go with here, and I know everyone ragged on him because, oh, you're so dramatic, but I get it. Eli had the worst pick of all of them, coming off a quick fire, and he gets the short end of the stick. So whatever. Robin decides to do, once again, something she's never done before, because her brain is moving a million different directions and she has no vision. She doesn't know who she is as a chef, and she decides to do something that she has no fucking idea how to execute. So perfect. You've made it this far in the competition and you still haven't learned any of your lessons. So she does the sugar brittle type thing that it resembles the sculpture, the flowers. And the Chihuly sculpture, I get it. That would be an inspiration, but don't do something you've never done before, especially this stage in the game, Kevin.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, if she could just make a freaking panna cotta, she'd be fine.
You're right.
I mean, that's the thing. It's like, I was shocked that she got sent home, given the disaster that was Eli's dish. But I think when you start digging in, it's like, at the end of the day, the chef, these are professional chefs sitting around saying, we're 6 weeks out of crowning a champion, or 6 episodes out of crowning a champion, and this woman can't make a panna cotta. Right? Like I think that was sort of what I gathered, from it. I don't want to jump ahead because I know we'll have a conversation about the elimination table.
No, let's just do it here, Kevin. Okay. Let's just do it here. What the fuck? They killed Eli. I'd rather eat Stardust. Personally, wouldn't want to eat that again. Texturally, completely failed. Again and again and again. Just absolutely eviscerated Eli. And then they send Robin home. If there's ever an example, Kevin, of this dish wasn't judged on its own merits, there was a memory here that there is actually the future. We're whittling it down to only 5 contestants. Do we really want Robin here? I think this was, of any elimination I've ever seen on Top Chef, I thought this one was emblematic of there was other stuff being considered other than the dish in front of them. Agree or disagree?
I agree with you 100%. This was the judges clearly saying, Robin, you have excelled at being slightly less incompetent than a chef who's having a really bad day. And we're not going to stand for it anymore. Because once again, what happened this week? She was slightly less incompetent than a chef having his worst day, which has been her formula for survival in all of these sort of non-team challenges on the elimination level. And as you said, it's just, there's a certain point where outrunning the other guy instead of outrunning the bear becomes patently offensive to those who put time into hosting and producing this show. And as you said, they were going to leave one heartbeat away from a finale, a contestant who by and large cannot execute some of the basics of professional cooking. And I think that's what happened, because I'm with you. This was, I mean, have they ever really said they're never informed by the past?
Yes. I feel like that's one of Tom's great, ethos is just like we judge what's in front of us and we have a clear memory. We don't walk in and I think there is some something to the effect of, subliminal, biases that like if Robin's going to give you a dish and then Michael Voltaggio gives you the same dish, you're probably going to side with Michael Voltaggio based on, the Bayesian like theorem of chances are this is actually going to be a really good dish because it's Michael, right? Robin, I think that the judges just got to a point where they realized she is so much below the rest of the competition here. We need to get rid of her. And you know what? Maybe in the idea of like, we need to crown the best chef here. That makes some sense. That rationale, I get it. But in terms of, I'm only judging the dish that they served us today, Robin in no way served a worse dish than Eli.
She didn't. But she couldn't execute what, Tom, when I tell you, like making panna cotta is basically making Jell-O pudding like from the little pouch. I mean, it is really easy. Now, I'm not going to say if you don't know the cooking and the conditions and the stovetop and a lot of people, I understand there are some limitations, but I think there's a good chance your friend Kevin had a puncher's chance in beating Robin in a panna cotta cook-off for 175 people. Like, it's just not that hard. I'm not a dessert guy, but what I know about panna cotta is that there's a reason you see it a lot on these shows, because it requires very few ingredients, very little prep. You don't have to do a lot of anything other than put cream and sugar in a freaking those little thingies. I mean, like it just doesn't require all that much.
No. And she couldn't execute. And once again, she tried to do something she's never done before, and Tom made the point. So you did something you've never done before.
But you know what? No. Let me just say this about that. Yes, and Tom, like, maybe, how about this? You're a professional chef. How about actually nail something you've never done before? Like if your entire criteria going into an elimination challenge is, okay, I can only do things I've done before, then what are you doing on the show? I mean, that's sort of the thing. Like, look, if you're a game theorist and you're her coach and you're like Mickey in the corner of the boxing ring, like, advising her, yeah, maybe for your survival, don't do anything you've done before, but like God
she does
forbid,
it every time, Kevin.
Right,
it's
but God forbid you actually be able to have the instincts as a chef to pull off something you've never done before. Like, every week, these chefs go out there and do things they haven't done before.
This is Andrew Bynum shooting threes at practice every day at practice. It's not that she can't improvise and do her own thing every once in a while. It's that she mindlessly, just dizzyingly does something that she has never done before every single time, and she's gotten by. And I'm just saying, like, I trust Andre Iguodala and LeBron James and Luka Doncic to improvise every once in a while and do something that is kind of outside of their comfort zone. That's fine. But still, give me the drives to the basket, because that's what you do. She doesn't drive to the basket. She's never doing the thing that she's good at. And I don't know.
What is she good at? No, I'm not trying to be snide. Like, what is she good at? I mean, what is she, it's this, I do home cooking, or I do kind of just comfort cooking. But I haven't seen a lot of comfort food. Like, I haven't seen, like, take Kevin's thing, right? Which is he does that big vegetarian sort of yummy kale mushroomy thing. Like, that's comfort food. Like, like to me, Kevin does comfort food. That's not that I don't want to denigrate it. I mean, because that some chefs might take offense to comfort food being this sort of distinction from sort of professional food, like or that it can be done without sufficient training or anything. But like I don't like she doesn't really do anything. But my point is that at a certain point, the flourishes on the show by these chefs are often things they haven't done before that they nail. Like, I don't know. I'm just a regular old home cook, right? I'm doing some nice things. I'm proud of myself. And you know what? Once a week, I do something I've never done before and I get it right. Like, that's what's called growing up as a chef, right? Like, each week you do something new you've never done before and you get it right. Some weeks you do something you've done before and you screw it up, and then the next week you do it right. But, like, she's never done anything she's never done before and done it right. Like, the idea that you should limit yourself to only things you've done means you probably don't belong on the show. Anyway,
yeah.
I mean, I'm getting a little...
Well, yes. Now, let's spend a little... Before we go into where are they now? Let's spend a little bit of time talking about the winners. So Kevin, Michael Voltaggio, Brian Voltaggio getting the top three. Michael wins with the chicken wings. And I was stunned by that because I thought chicken wings was a little bit like...
you have my complaints.
Michael Voltaggio doing chicken wings? And like, I didn't even think that Toby Young actually liked it, like the blue cheese disc or whatever. My thing was, it looked good. It tasted good, but were the other two dishes really that poor that Michael won with chicken wings?
All right, so I have a couple comments. One is the chicken wing is from Buffalo, New York, not NY. Buffalo is much closer to Cleveland. Hell, it's closer to Pittsburgh.
Okay.
It's
Statue of Liberty is actually not in New York either.
Well, I mean, that's Staten Island, God. But the thing is that, yeah, it's Buffalo's a different place. So I don't want to be the well actually guy, but it's just well actually.
Okay.
It is decidedly not a New York City food. There's nothing, I mean, Buffalo is in New York, so I guess, you get that. I think my read is that cured salmon's, I mean, I know he did beautiful tomato water. My interpretation was his cured salmon is a little bit of a degree of difficulty, easiness commentary by them. Like it just isn't that hard to lightly cure salmon and kind of serve it over a salad of compressed vegetables. The tomato water is nice and clear. It's a great dish.
It sounds great to me.
The escabeche of halibut furthers my evidence that it is hard to do amazing halibut. It is just such a lean, flaky fish that is wonderful for a light eat. The pine nuts and garlic chips, like clearly a good dish. But I don't know, if you confit some boneless wings and you do it with a nice curry and pepper sauce, like it might just have been tastier than, halibut, which is halibut, and, cured salmon, which is cured salmon.
I also think, Kevin, I don't know where you stand on this, but I kind of like the bones in my chicken wings. Like, if you give me just the meat off of a chicken wing, it kind of takes the fun out of it. Like, I know, I feel like you're more of the, just give me the lobster meat, don't give me the fucking lobster.
No. Hey, don't make assumptions about it.
Okay.
I am a very serious wing eater, Tom. As you know, my partner is from Latrobe, Pennsylvania. Latrobe is home to Dino's, and Dino's has been ranked one of the best wings in Western Pennsylvania.
Ooh.
Western Pennsylvania being kind of Buffalo adjacent. And it is good. And I do. Now, one of the things I will say this, I do prefer that little drumlet wing rather than that one that has the little, you kind of got to get your tongue inside the two little like wires. I'm not as into that wing because that gets a little frustrating. And then you get your hands all schmutzig and all that. But I do like the drumlet. I really do. The other one, I like, there is a satisfaction. Also, I do like to eat the bone. Like I am somebody who will gnaw on that bone like a dog.
Wait.
I sound like Trump. I sound like Trump, like a dog. Like a dog, I gnaw on that bone.
Wait. Like you actually like eat the bone, or you like to gnaw on top of the bone? Like,
on top of, you get some of the bone is soft and edible, Tom. You can kind of eat a little bit of the bone.
Yeah, my dad is a big bone eater.
I kind of like eating the bone. I will admit it. I like eating the bone.
So I love eating chicken wings. And so the idea of a boneless chicken wing is just basically in my head is just a chicken nugget. And it offends me a little bit is the idea that you take away the bones. Like half of the fun is just being a medieval, Neanderthal, just eating a caveman eating the chicken wing. So that also kind of irked me a little bit. But I guess that's Michael Voltaggio. So he wins. he does win. He gets the bottle of Terlato wine and goes a prize to Napa to tour the vineyard, which sounds lovely. Any other things before we get to where are they now?
No, just that I'm purely loving Toby Young and his sensibility. He, like many people in Las Vegas, he has gambled and lost.
Yes. I had that underlined on here. Yeah.
He's wonderful. And I know he's kind of I know he's radioactive right now in certain corners of the opinion world, but like, I want more Toby Young on my Top Chef. I want them to bring him back. He is fantastic. And I like him being at the judges' table. There's just a dry, ironic wit that you need on cooking shows. Like, don't get me wrong. I love Gail Simmons's earnestness. Like, I really do. I want that. I want the diverse ecosystem of judges. I want the earnest. I want the ironic. I want the sort of the ambassador of goodwill, and I want the bitchy. Like, I want. Yeah,
you want the Simon Cowell every once in a while. Yeah.
I just want a full complement of judicial voices, and I love Toby Young. Like, he's just hilarious. And he has gambled and lost.
And like most people who come to Las Vegas, he has gambled and lost. Yeah, I'm with you. If I could listen to someone review food, a local McDonald's, I would, or even the highest of fine dining, I would love to listen to Toby Young of maybe all of those judges. Anyway, we've got Robin Leventhal, Chef Robin, goes home, and I was curious to see where are they now with Robin, and it turns out that when this season aired of Top Chef, her restaurant that she had owned and ran, Crave, had shut down by the time it aired. So there wasn't this like honeymoon phase that a lot of Top Chefs get to feel is, get that glow, the afterglow of Top Chef. But what she did do, which was interesting, is she became the chef instructor at Walla Walla Community College, which apparently to the Seattle Times is 2 years running the #1 community college in America.
Yeah, Walla Walla is out actually sort of in central. It's a very deserty region of Washington State. People don't realize like Washington State has this sort of deserty, like kind of central strip with the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla. A lot of apple orchards around Walla Walla. But yeah.
Good for her.
It's fun to say Walla Walla.
Yeah, there's a little like tune in my head. Walla Walla, Washington, Kalamazoo, like something like that. What is that? What do you know what that is?
I am not familiar with the work, no.
Oh, I think maybe it's a nursery rhyme or something like that with Madeline. I don't know. But but yeah, she went out there and kind of got in touch with a little bit of her rural side or outdoor. It's not the city life of Seattle like she had been with Crave. So Robin was quite the heel on this season of Top Chef.
Kind of less a heel, more of like a piggy in Lord of the Flies. Like I think of heel as being almost performatively villainous.
I don't know. She was a little bit performative. Like I don't know. She would overreact to a lot of.
I have to say, like in one of her last offenses, I'm kind of with Michael Voltaggio. Like when he comes in to the kitchen to follow her, like. I am so Michael Voltaggio that I can't even deal with my own mess. Like I'm imagining like coming into the kitchen to cook and having all that shit just everywhere. Like he was nicer than I would have been. I'm really, really fastidious and weird about like in other people's filth. Like it's kind of weird.
Yeah. So
like, you know our friend Ethan out in Oakland?
Of course.
Did you ever ride in his car like Dream Warriors? Yeah. Like you know what I'm talking about?
His old car is pretty.
Yeah, his old car. His old car.
His old car.
Yeah,
and
you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I mean it was a tornado had hit his car.
With you combine it with the dog hair, and look, I'm getting a golden retriever, so I'm gonna be contending with my own dog hair issues. But it was just like, it took all the discipline in the world and like. Large-heartedness, like not to insult him and like say, you know what, I'll take a cab. Like, where are we going next? Like, it just, but that's sort of how cooking after Robin in that kitchen must have felt.
Yeah. And then she was in there in the space trying to clean up, which you know what? She was trying to clean up. So maybe, give her a couple pat on the back for that. But he wanted nothing to do with her. He was just like, your stuff is everywhere and you're here. So it was a double whammy. Kevin, maybe we'll get some answers if we interview one of the chefs on the show, what the deal is with the 6-person hostel sleeping arrangements on this episode. I don't really know what was going on, but really one of the black eyes of the show is that Robin on one hand she should have been voted off because of her prior performance. But on this episode, I really thought Eli should have gone home. But he lives another day, and the bear has eaten Robin.
Yes, fine. For Tom Haberstroh, this is Kevin Arnovitz, and this is Pack Your Knives.